All right, we're gonna call the October 7th meeting to order. First order of business is the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, first up tonight is in recognitions. Who wants to go first?
Good evening, Township Trustees. Jen Cochran, Worthington Division of Fire and EMS. Tonight, I want to take a moment to commend Andrew Goff for his incredible courage and quick thinking to perform CPR. We'd also like to thank his wife Amanda, who found help and called 911. On March 24th of 2024, Andrew and Amanda were out walking when they witnessed a neighbor collapse. Andrew assessed the situation and began CPR without hesitation. Amanda went to find help and call 911. The American Heart Association estimates that 40% of people who experience an out-of-hospital cardiac arrest get immediate help that they need before EMS arrives, like you. The 2023 statistics show that out of 356,000 out-of-hospital cardiac arrests, they use an acronym here. Only 40.2% of those were bystander CPR. So Andrew, your actions not only demonstrated your knowledge and your skill, but also displayed your compassion in a critical moment. Most CPR providers can only perform CPR for 2 minutes before they wear out, and you did it 7+ minutes before we arrived. Your efforts made it possible for the patient to be treated further by our crews, and the patient had a return of spontaneous circulation when they got to the ER. Thank you, Andrew and Amanda, for being there for our neighbor and for our community. More people who are trained in CPR means a safer community. So we'd like to present you with an award. Chiefs.
Thanks. Maybe a lot more respect for all you guys doing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Can we get a picture?
Sure.
Oh, you got a picture.
If you don't mind, I'd like to get a picture of all of you, please. That's okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
What did I ask first?
I'll stick around and see what you guys do.
Next. The next one? Okay. One more.
One
Are
more.
we ready?
We'll keep going all night.
This is for Officer Edward Consul for the 315 shooting. I'd like to take the opportunity to commend Officer Edward Consul for his exceptional dedication to duty in our community. Officer Consul displayed remarkable courage and composure while packing the wound of a woman who was critically shot in the neck and the shoulder. She was a passenger in a car. They stopped on 315 and waited for help. His quick thinking and decisive actions not only stopped the bleeding and most definitely saved her life, but they also exemplified his bravery. Officer Consul, you're committed to protecting the community and you deserve our deepest appreciation. His willingness to start patient care is a testament of his character and his dedication to serving others. The Worthington Division of Fire and EMS and the Perry Township would like to thank you for your outstanding service and for living the Perry Township Police motto of service above self.
He's gonna stay with us so she can get a picture.
Oh. Loud noises. Sorry, Ed.
You're all right.
Oh, that's
You don't want in there, chief? Okay, thank you very much.
You can police if I'm getting up there?
No.
Come on.
Can we bring up a mic?
Yeah, bring- there he is. Who's asking? I might have right. Oh, no.
Thank you very much.
Get a picture of them.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can get around.
Does that conclude the awards presentation?
Yes.
Words portion of the evening, yeah,
Please hold your applause to
that's
that.
right.
Next order of business will be to approve the minutes of our 4 meetings since our last meeting. First would be our regular session on September the 16th.
So moved. Second,
Vote,
yes.
yes.
Yeah.
Second would be the special session on September the 27th.
I'll make that motion. Second,
Vote.
yes.
Next would be the special session on October the 1st.
I'll make that motion. Second,
Vote.
yes. Yes.
Then the last, actually, I wasn't at the last one, so I shouldn't probably make the motion, but
I'll make the motion to approve the special session minutes of October 2nd.
vote.
wasn't there. I have to explain.
Oh, wait.
You were
that-
there.
Yeah, you were there.
Where's the, oh, we
No,
didn't have
it
one.
didn't
That's
have
right,
it
that's
because
right.
you and I
right.
were,
Okay.
and we were.
So we're good.
Okay, so I'll make a motion that we approve
And
the
I'll second,
vote.
yes.
Yes, I think those were 3 consecutive nights, so that wasn't actually a meeting. Okay. Public comment period. Brookside,
Nothing new to report.
Worthington Hills.
Want to thank the chief for having an additional bike officer for Bike Bus. I think it's much appreciated, and I do believe that we did get something from Mike Andraco from the county engineer's office to
Yeah.
get something set up as a follow-up to our meeting with
Yeah, I didn't know who you wanna send that to or who you want.
the people that were in I mean, the principal, Tim Garen, I can't remember the gentleman's name from the school district. He's director of primary education,
Elementary education,
elementary
I
education,
think.
sorry. Ringing a bell.
I was gonna say Randy Banks, but that's not.
Yeah.
Tim.
Tim Get, no.
Yeah, he's on there, but there was another gentleman. We'll find out.
Yeah.
But those 2 gentlemen, the principal, you. And Tim, yeah, and Mike and Greco. He wants to do a walkthrough, obviously, which is what we want him to do. And then kind of give us some recommendations as far as safety signage and
Okay.
layout of walkways and things. That's it, sorry.
Epcon and Rovello. We have a speaker tonight.
Well, thanks for allowing me to speak on behalf of Epcot. Courtyards Riverside. I'm here to report on October 27th this month. We're gonna have the grandchildren trick or treat night from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. And just like previously, we invited all the residents to bring their grandchildren in and make a little safe zone for them. Second thing I want to report is an outstanding job by the Neighbors Night Out. We had total collections was surpassed from last year, $6,515 to go to First Responders Bridge.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Actually, there was a report, 4 people that live in the neighborhood there
Is she Irish?
are giving through their IRAs.
Oh,
So that's something new that we've always had cash donations or checks, so. This is even better, next better, so it's gonna keep going every year.
Well,
And that's all. Thank you.
Great,
Great.
thank you.
Thank you. Wonderful report.
Anything else under public comment?
You wanna do that?
How are we supposed to do this?
Well, she's not, we don't have her in, right? Is the
No,
question
I-
coming from?
Yeah, just a text.
So, Mr. Chairman, we received a text question. This is about the 24 police levy. Question is whether a renewal. Is it I think what it is it a renewal or is it an ask for additional money? If it is the latter, which is additional money, what will the money be used for? So I don't know if somebody wants to make factual and verifiable.
I would just direct her, I would just say, it's an additional levy and for more information, go to the website. If she has any questions, she can come to a meeting.
Cause we have a PowerPoint slide, which does a really good job of kind of breaking that out and
It's all
also
there.
directs them to the Franklin County auditors too.
Yeah,
If they need some more
Can
information about.
We can
how
get
it's
that power, we can share that PowerPoint.
it's on the
Yeah,
website.
everything's on the website. You know what I'll do is I'll go ahead and text her the link,
Okay,
and
perfect.
that will have everything, but yes.
Perfect.
It's
And answer the direct question, which is it's an additional levy. And to see how the money will go and what it will cost. There's a PowerPoint presentation and additional information besides that on our website.
Thank you.
If there's any follow-up, she can either call in by email or attend to a meeting if she's able.
Yeah.
He or she is able. Yeah, I'll just make sure she has a point of contact in case. Okay.
22 dates.
Good.
Perfect. Thank you. Sure, I'm sorry.
Zoning.
Just two resolutions, to declare, the address at 1366 Oakhorn Drive a nuisance.
Second,
Vote.
Yes.
Yes.
And then also, to declare, 5622 Riverside Drive a nuisance.
second,
Vote.
Yes.
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 Anything else under zoning? Road.
Oh. Did you want to wait for the fire portion? Oh, I'm sorry.
Road department.
Is he on the phone?
Yes.
Okay.
Eli, could you go ahead and unmute, please?
Eli is in the middle of traveling back from. Your part of the country, the western part.
Hi, guys. I think I unmuted here. Can you guys hear me? Okay. So I apologize. I'm actually still on the tarmac in the plane. But I can give you guys an update as to where the project is. Currently, we have submitted all of the drawings to the city of Dublin. Sorry about that.
You said the aircraft in front of us executed about at 6:49. The aircraft is okay right now. So once that aircraft's cautious,
Sorry.
this is currently 6:49 quite a while from now, obviously. Aircraft early. I don't like the chance that becoming a reality. I would say the approach pushing into the gate at about 6:49. Domestic members and whatnot, never know. I'd expect a thing in the gate at about say 6:49. Once again, I do apologize to this guy. That's a real life situation.
Sorry. Should I mute it? We can come back.
Yeah, we can come back.
Yeah, I'll be available. I'll be listening, and I apologize about that.
Oops. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm sorry, this is an update on Salt Barn. We had asked for him to be here in person. So we have been getting weekly reports and we've been sharing it with the entire board. Okay, so, because it is we had a come to Jesus conversation with our contractor, obviously. General contractor is supposed to be one point of contact, gone through this before, save us money, be more efficient and all that, and it wasn't heading in that direction, so. These weekly updates are helping us to better understand the challenges that they're facing. The drawings could get submitted to the city of Dublin. There was a planner assigned to that. We're gonna be having one of our consultants reach out to that planner to get better understanding of where they're heading. We're probably going to have we have a special board meeting or have him reach out to you, Andy, to give a better understanding of what he's learned from their zoning department and planning department. So,
Right.
Pete, on the other hand, owes us a letter to be submitted or to us, be used at our
Yeah.
discretion. So we talked to Pete today. He's aware of that and we'll be writing that letter and getting that to us this week.
Okay.
So there is some question about, can we get the permit for the concrete? Because of weather considerations, so that's being discussed and, but these weekly meetings are helping to move things along a little bit faster. That's really what he was coming to tell you.
Okay.
So did we let him go?
No,
Does he drop?
No,
Or
he's
do you
just,
still need him there, I guess, if he's trying to navigate the airport?
No, so the only other thing I would add to that, guys, is that we have received confirmation that the canopy system has been purchased, and that's going to be available. The initial scope of work, the initial schedule had it that it would be a 6-week lead time. But now that we have that available, we're hoping that as soon as the concrete is done and the engineer gives us the green light and being able to install the canopy system, we should be able to do that. It would take roughly a week for it to be transported here to Ohio. And then for that, it would take roughly a week to a week and a half to install that canopy system on the new port walls. So that there is some good news in regards to the project. As soon as we have a green light from Dublin, we're able to then move forward. And then once it's secured, we'll have that canopy system installed right away.
And just as a reminder to the board, I mean, our plan B is probably what we're gonna be implementing is our relationship with Worthington and utilizing their supply of salt. Obviously, we're gonna pay for the salt at a rate that they have indicated, but we will have a salt supply. We will just have to be going over to the Worthington road department to get it, which is a little bit more inefficient for us, but we have to have salt for the winter.
So we're getting an offset on our contractor fees to cover the extra gas and mileage and time
Excellent
and
question.
hours.
I have not discussed that with, but I'm sure Eli will talk about that. So.
Okay.
Eli, this is Jim. What is your best estimate right now when this will be completed?
Without knowing when Dublin will give us a green light, if they tell us this week, you know, it's something that they can do within weeks, and then we can talk to the engineer and see when when he would let us be able to put up the canopy. The concrete does have to cure, and it has to have enough strength to then support the new canopy system that we're going to be putting on there, because there is going to be not just weight, but actual wind loads that will affect, obviously, the concrete and the entire structure. So we have to have a green light from the structural engineer before we can install that canopy system. I talked to the contractor. He believes he could have the footings done and the foundation done in roughly a week. We have to let those cure as well, but that would be a lot less time than the actual canopy system. Without having some direct time from the structural engineer, I couldn't tell you. But I don't think it's going to be something like 2 or 3 months. I think it'll be something a lot shorter than that. I can follow up with them, and maybe we could bring them in to the conversation for weekly meetings and have the architect, not the architect, but the structural engineer speak in regards to that.
I'll talk to him tomorrow as a follow-up. Lions out for the week. So Eli, could you please send me a couple of lines tomorrow? We can have a conversation.
Yes, absolutely. I'll send an addendum out tonight, or a meeting invite and a meeting addendum tonight.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, guys.
But we can't even get a straight answer to that.
You need a minute.
Anything else on the road department? Fire and EMS.
For the month of September, Upper Arlington responded in Perry Township 6 times. The city of Worthington responded 21 times. Arlington is slacking just a little bit. And Chief Bell, Assistant Chief Bell will be here next week.
Yes.
Okay. I thought it was tonight too, but he's not next. Sorry. I mean,
Say a few things.
yes, absolutely.
We've been very busy the past few months, the third quarter of 24. We did have a working fire out in the hills, the country club, that was back in August, so that was last year. We were able to contain it to the vehicles that were origin, but also a little bit of damage to the shed itself. But I wanted to point out though, we have, our upcoming is our open house, which is this Sunday. From 11 till 2. We're gonna have some fun displays there and people get to see the firehouse and all of our trucks. And then we also will be, in the next couple of weeks, be at Brookside, checking the hydrants for winterization, which means that we'll be making sure that the barrels don't have water in them that freezes. This will not affect anybody's laundry. So just want to get that out there. But basically what we do, we go to make sure. Yeah, it's a big, so that's a springtime thing. So yeah, it's a spring thing when you have the issue of laundry. We're not gonna be turning any of them on. So that's been happening during the month of October, but those people will see our crews over there walking around. What usually happens, we check if there's water in them. Usually at Brookside, there is water in them, and then we have to pump it out. And once we pump it out, we have to come back and check it again to make sure that it hasn't filled up because of a leak. But we do not do the hills. It's all on aqua.
So are those Columbus hydrants
I believe they are.
on
Yeah.
Brookside?
Yeah.
But they're your responsibility to check.
We appreciate that.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
And the
it's
fact
gonna
that
be-
you guys are coming to do our laundry is great. I'll
That
make
would-
sure I let that.
That's in spring. We do laundry in
communicate
spring.
that.
So that's all I had to
I'm
add.
sorry, Chief, when's your open house again today?
I'm sorry, it's Sunday, this coming Sunday, 13th. And everybody's welcome. It's always a fun time. That's it.
Police. Only thing I have on the new business is the monthly report that Luke does for us. That I think he sends to all of us. Question was, do you want that posted on our website?
We usually put stuff on.
I don't see why not.
That's why I said, I don't think it's a issue to post it, so it's all public information. It just says what we responded to and so forth. Okay. I'm sorry, I do have one other thing. In front of you, there are 3 copies of signature pages for the Franklin County DUI Task Force. The motion to approve the contract to enter into a agreement with the DUI Task Force for 2025.
Or,
No, we may not have that.
No, we haven't.
oh, is that this?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
I'll
Go ahead.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Vote,
Yes.
yes. I'm sorry. Anything else under police?
That is all.
Madam Administrator.
Yeah, under old business, the fencing, I know we're holding off on for the time being. Mount Carmel update, obviously, our exit to Summer Road is closed off, but I am rather enjoying the back way in from the northern section of town. A much safer exit when I go home, so, but the crews have been coming over and touching base with us pretty routinely, just to make sure everything's going well. Our parking is a little cramped, as I'm sure you can tell. But we've notified everyone that we can think of the entry in and out of this area right now. Let's see, employee benefits is, I've been working with, MNB, thank you, because I can never pronounce the name right. We're moving along pretty nicely. Thanks everybody for getting the form flyer done. They'll start collecting the quotes. We're in the process now of transferring over all the HRA information to the new employee benefit manager. And I've been constant contact for the past several days, going back and forth, signing documents and that sort of thing. Initially, they weren't with our wellness. We've always been able to turn in dental and vision. For a while, they don't typically do that, but they have made arrangements to make sure that our staff and elected can get reimbursed for glasses and that sort of thing, just through using a reimbursement form. They are going to try and make it so that we can just use our card which we've never been able to do before. But I'll let you know, when I get all that information back in, and also when we start getting the quotes in.
Real quick on that. So I went and got prescription medication the other day, like 2 days ago, day before yesterday. And my Burma Flowers card doesn't work anymore, right?
Right.
When will we do a new one then?
So, hopefully before November 1st, but they told us to just hold on to any invoices, bills, whatever.
Turn it in there.
And then we'll turn it in as soon as we get those cards back in, they'll reimburse everything.
Okay.
Okay,
Are those coming here or are they getting mailed to folks?
they'll get mailed straight to staff and all of you folks as well. So under new business, I'm very happy to say that I believe that I have found a nice, very good gal for the administrative position. And I would very much like to ask your permission to hire Faith Watkins, starting at a rate of $27.57 per hour, 25 hours per week, and the start date would be October 28th.
Mr. Chairman, I move to authorize the township administrator to hire Faith Watkins as our administrative assistant, starting at a rate of $27.57 per hour at 25 hours per week.
Well, second,
Vote.
yes.
Yes.
Some call with Jess from the Franklin County Suicide Prevention Coalition. I was hoping to have a sample MOU for you folks, but I haven't received that yet. Basically, it's training that's made available, and it can be either specific to the township, or we can stretch out to the schools, civic association, HOAs. And so I'm hoping when I get the MOU, it should give you an idea of what's all available. And then we can kind of discussing that more. Do you have anything you want to say?
So just to add to this, so this is my civic association president coming out in me. You know that, yeah, so our hope is to try to come up with some regular training for parents and residents and staff and everyone in regards to suicide prevention in general. And so in talking with the health commissioner, we were led to the Franklin County Suicide Prevention Coalition, who was willing to provide this training. We've gone through a number of different iterations. We've gone to Nationwide Children, we've talked with the fire department, we've talked with our staff, we talked to all kinds of folks. These are folks that are highly recommended and would be working with our schools or civic associations or HOAs in trying to develop what the curriculum of this looks like. And I mean, philosophically, it looks like maybe we do 2 trainings a year, try to coordinate with the school system or systems in coordination with police department, fire department, civic associations, HOAs to kind of promote this. I know the fire department, police department run into this issue all too much. And we believe it is imperative that we put forth some training and awareness to our residents and our community about this very important issue. So we'll get an MOU before you to look at, hopefully before the next meeting. We'll make sure that we pacify fire department, police department, everybody involved, potentially involved, make sure if they have any concerns that that's addressed before we enter into an MOU with them. So but they are highly recommended, and we value the opinion of our county health commissioner and how they deal with this issue as well. So.
Hey, the next thing I just want to update you, where are the AEP power outages down in the Ravello Epcon area, and it also impacts several Columbus residents as well. They had a meeting down at the school off Riverside Green that I went to. Mike Lasala was there along with the rest of his team. Basically, the culprits are squirrels, and more squirrels. They had pictures showing squirrels, a lot of squirrels. So basically what it comes down to is that the substation down here on Summer Road by the bowling alley, typically when they have those kind of problems, they said they just put a bunch of gravel down in there and that takes care of it. But they went back and there were 10 large holes. So they started looking and rabbits are digging the holes and then the squirrels are going in and getting up underneath everything.
Teamwork.
I know, so, they have like 2 fences and one is meant to keep these little guys out. But what they brought the vendor in who the manufacturer came in. And what they found was that every time folks have to go in there to do work, they have to move the fence. And so they started finding that there were separations in the fence. So, for the ones that are getting on the lines, they're putting things around that the squirrels can't get a hold of to be able to get up. So they're trying to make making as much effort as they can. I guess there haven't been any more outages since, but there were definitely a series of outages that were impacting a really large area, including our folks over at Epcot and Ravello. Mike Scott said what they're gonna be doing is either an interactive virtual town hall type thing, or they're gonna have just, tape something and then so we can share with everybody. So whatever they decide to do, they will be sending it our way and then we can share it with our residents. But I did see some fried squirrel. Just, I want everyone to understand that there were fried squirrels. They did warn us.
Once you see it, you can't unsee it.
You can't unsee it. No. So any case, but please, Mr. Donnell, when they're having issues up there, just give us a call so we know, or tell folks to go ahead and feel free to give us a call. And then we can share that information with our rep, at AEP. The next up is the ODOT's State Route 161 corridor study, the funding match discussion.
So as you recall, that we've been in over the years, this discussion with Columbus and ODOT, Franklin County, City of Worthington, about the Linworth intersection, 161 corridor. We had agreed with our partners in Worthington that would be the first phase that we do. We had committed to a 5% match. Obviously, costs have gone up. And basically that's what they're coming back to us and asking us whether or not our 5% match is still good, our commitment to that.
Maybe they should have acted.
We're gonna be,
Maybe they should have acted more quickly.
they should have. So I did ask in the meeting, listen, what is our, I know what our 5% was. What does our 5% mean to you today? And what does it mean to you in 25, 26? And so, to some, it may not be a significant increase. To us, it could be a significant increase. So, I'm not asking for a decision tonight, but I want you to at least look at that and you've got questions. We have a follow-up meeting to have some answers to other questions we've asked, so.
Chad, what's the addition? It says, so I get the first one, I get the second one, but what's the additional commitment needed relative to 2020? Is that an addition to the commitment needed for 2024 application?
I have to get to it, Andy, I apologize. Environment. Yes. Okay,
So,
so the additional commitment needed. I believe that is I took that as the difference between 85 and 133.
additional. Okay,
Yeah, so this commitment needed for the 2024 application is what they're asking about. That is the 48 and the 85. the 48,550 and the 85 equate to the 133,550.
Okay,
So in essence, what they're asking, we were at the 85,000 level. They're asking us as to whether or not we can come up to the 133,550.
so did we identify what pot of money this is coming out of at the time that we committed? And is that general fund, road department? What,
The answer is, we did not
We did
identify
not.
that. We had a question.
right?
We had conversations with the county engineer about how much of a commitment that he could make of our 5%.
Right,
That was Cornell Robinson at the time.
right.
It's Brad now, and it will be,
I would expect that it's gonna have to come out of the general fund. I don't
Yeah.
see, there's no way.
it can come out of the road and bridge.
Okay.
Because those are,
And have we kind of looked at the impact that if we were to say, yeah, what's the impact to the general fund? And when are those dollar bills due?
We've asked those questions. How far can we spread this out?
Right,
Right.
In essence, I mean, does it have to be on day one? Can it be on,
right,
can it be over a 4-year period?
right.
If we,
And does
Divide
that
it up,
start
or-
when the work actually starts or
well,
on the funding?
so
Like,
my statement to them was, our money has to go for hard costs. It can't go for consulting fees.
Right,
It can't go for land acquisition. It has to go for actual hard costs. Understanding the businesses in that area are few and far between, as you know. So if we look at number of properties or number of businesses or number of homes, we're the fewest
right,
in this whole thing. And when we take a look at the Linworth area, we really only have 2 businesses over there. So,
and our residents continue to be, as you well know, impacted by
impacted by,
all of
yeah,
the additional growth that isn't supported
correct.
by.
So in addition to that, I mentioned to them because they were looking at, obviously at an old map. They had not accounted for the possibility of the Columbus development that is being proposed over there. So there are a number of things that are coming into play, which is the reason why I've asked for, we've listed a number of questions to get back to us. I only committed to letting you know, hey, they're gonna ask for more money. This is the level they were asking for. They need to come and tell us some more answers for that. But whatever our commitment is, if we do continue to make a commitment at whatever level, that would be committed to hard cost and not to anything associated with land acquisition or consulting fees or the like.
And is our 5% of the hard costs, or is it 5% including
It's 5% of the overall project cost.
which includes the consulting fees and land?
Correct.
So
But our money can only be dedicated for hard costs.
When do you anticipate we're gonna need to have an answer?
Right by the end of the year.
Okay.
I also indicated that we'll probably be looking at budget issues. So, is this a high, requirement of ours? I mean, it's not a requirement at all for us to do it.
Right.
It is important because it impacts our residents. But if it was to, whether the police department needed something or the road department needed something, that comes first.
Right.
So.
Traffic mitigation to accommodate the additional 400 apartments across from our neighborhood.
Well, Mr. Young and I from Columbus had a conversation after the conversation, so, yeah, it's. But my point is just to give you the information that was shared in the initial meeting when they first came to us. Obviously, there are a lot of factors coming into play. The county engineer still commits to be the bank in this scenario. ODOT continues to be project engineer and manager of it. So there are a number of different players that are not listed here, obviously, that have committed what I would call additional match commitment to it. that is outside the project cost. More to come.
A couple of other things on my agenda is, Luke has provided you in your sync tool, the latest and greatest survey. In regards to the traffic calming over on Brookside, so that information is available. And the last thing is that I will be on vacation starting Saturday. My route seems to be changing. I was going to Florida, yeah, now maybe not so much. Thinking maybe New Orleans instead, but in any case, I mean, I'll have my phone if you need anything, but Luke's gonna we'll take good care of things.
I'm sorry.
Anything else on administrative?
Yeah, I just had a couple other things, just to, I know Beth and I tried to catch up today. The Becker property on Henderson Road, because the purchaser of the property and the developer has taken their third and last 45-day option on that property. So they will close sometime in December of this, and the letter was submitted to Advanced Civil Design for the survey work, Andy. So when they'll begin the work, we're not quite sure, but they do have the information that they've requested.
Anything else?
That's it.
Fiscal officer,
It's a motion for approval of payroll and disbursements.
second. Vote,
Yes,
yes. Motion to adjourn,
I'll make that motion.
second. Vote,
Yes.
yes.